Hello and welcome to part 2 of, hello and welcome to the Gatewatch Cast first, and welcome to part 2 of the quote-unquote unboxing and quick view of the Commnder precons for Commnder Legends. Now we are going to rip the tides. That was terrible. So, haven't really opened this one yet, so so sorry for the slow start. Yes, I know we want to get into this box and see what we have in terms of cards. As per usual, I bought this at Alexandria Bookstore for both at $20+, $29, something like that. So that's pretty cool. So as per usual, there's two tabs. One has the deck box, which I said was really interesting and really good. Well, I won't say good. It's better than nothing to keep your cards, and it fits single sleeve Commnder decks. You get to how to play, and you get a spin down counter, spin down paper stuff. It's better than not having any. All right, that's put aside. Review for that is done. So this one put aside, and let's look at the fish buoy here. Give me a second. Yes, cardboards on cardboards. So this one is AC Tyrant of Grey Stars. My God. AC Tyrant of Gryer Straits. Okay. It's a 4 and green blue legendary creature serpent. It has a 5. It's 5/5, and it has, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. So this is not bad. It's a bit expensive version of this ability, which is always good. Who has it? Ravenous Excavator. Wayward Sabertooth. Okay, Wayward Sabertooth does the same thing with this one. Trasios, I don't remember. Timna, whatever. The Merfolk has the same ability, and yeah, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's a bit expensive in terms of CMC. Like, you have to be at a real high land count to just bring this guy out. Like, you need to really ramp it up. So we'll see what we get in here. So one of the big problems for this one, it is a big buoy. The CMC is too high, and you're not really getting much out of it. But we'll see. I'm hoping there's a lot of land fetches or fetch lands effect to really get this thing into effect, or to abuse this card's effect. So okay, we got sporting tokens as per usual. All of the Commnder precons come with 10 tokens if the Commander has tokens in mind. So we are greeted to Arcane Denial. Arcane Denial is always fun. Compulsive. Oh, counterspell. Oh wow, they really give a counterspell. Oh, that's cool. Okay, what counterspell is a 2 blue instant, and it says counter target spell. This is one of the OG counter spells. Nothing fancy, but it's still great. I'm just trying to remember. Not even the Commnder 2014 Mono Blue gave us counter spell. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time counter spell has been reprinted inside a Commnder deck. Yeah, cool. Cycle Fiction, Faction Faces, fun. Into the Royal, Iroh Ruin Expedition. Okay, I haven't seen this one before. It is a 1 and 1 blue enchantment. It has landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield, the battlefield under your control, you may put a quest counter on Iroh Ruin Expedition. Remove 3 quest counters from Iroh Ruin Expedition and sacrifice it. Draw 2 cards. It's okay. Wall Drifter is always great. Peel from Reality. What's this? Slin Voda? The Rising Depth. I think this is a Dominaria commander. Yep, it is 6 and 2 blue. It has kicker of 1 and 1 blue. And it says, when this card enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hand except for Merfolks, Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, and Serpent. Yes, this is great. But CMC is huge. It's a 10 cost board wipe, essentially, except for Merfolk, Krakens, Leviathan, and Octopus. So another theme I'm seeing here is that you should have a lot of keywords here, like Merfolk, Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, and Serpent. So let's see if they do it. And you know what? I'm going to put those creatures aside just to see if I am right in my assessment, and let's see what they really did with the deck. So this is a Serpent, this is a Leviathan, and we got Ooze. Acidic Ooze is good. It's not great, but it's good. Beast Within, awesome. Cultivate is always good. Cultivate is one of those cards that helps us with the getting of lands, quote unquote fetches. More or less, it helps you get lands into your hand and onto the battlefield, activating Fishboy here and putting another land. So essentially, you get 2 cards for 1 card. Okay, not bad. Eternal Witness is one of those cards that I really want. Yay, awesome, I got it. Woo! Okay, does help with the land stuff. Harmonize is a 4-cost draw 3 cards, always good. More lands, always good. Kodama's Reach, yay. Okay, this is doing what I'm expecting it to do. There's a lot of gathering of land, so yay, that's awesome. Rexage, always appreciate this card. It is a 2 and 1 green creature elf shaman for 2/1. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you destroy target artifact or enchantment. Never look down on this boy, because doing destruction cards like this is not easy. Acidic Slime does the same thing but better, but hey, it's a 3 cost instead of 5, so that's much better. So yeah, nothing too fancy. Okay, it's cool. You play a land, you get 2 life. Does work with the idea that you want. Search for Tomorrow. I don't have this card. So what does it do? It's a 2 and 1 green sorcery spell. It says, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Or you could pay 1 and then suspend 2. So suspend is, you cast this card, put it to exile. After 2 turns, suspend 2. You get to cast the card without paying its mana cost, and you get to do the effect. Okay, that's cool. I'm seeing nothing that really helps with this. Okay, more lands. No, this is good. Okay, keyword Octopus. Yay. Simic Charm. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. That's always good. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Bouncy stuff. That's interesting. Alright. Urban Evolution. 3 and green blue. Sorcery. Draw 3 cards. Then you may play an additional 5 for 3 cards. Okay, it's not that great. Trench Behemoth. Trench Behemoth is a 5 and 2 blue creature Kraken for a 7/7. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Untap Trench Behemoth. It gains hexproof until end of turn. Oh, this is not bad. I like the first part. I'll explain why later on. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, target creature and opponent control attacks during its controller's next combat phase. Okay, it force attacks. So yeah, nobody really wants to go attacking a Kraken. So what I like about this one is that you return a land to your hand and give the Kraken hexproof. And the idea is to combo him off with this. So every time when you return a land, you play a land, and you get to do the ability to draw a card. So that's always good. That's always good. We'll see. So that's a keyword. So Hydra, okay. Elder Deep Fiend, okay. Oh, Eldrazi Octopus. It is an 8 colorless. It has Flash and Emerge. Pay 5 and 2 blue. You may cast this spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the Emerge cost reduction by that creature's converted mana cost. I don't get it, but maybe I'll read. How do I do this again? Pay 5 and 2 blue. You may cast this spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the Emerge cost reduced by that. Okay, so if I sacrifice a CMC 5, I just have to play 2 blue. I have to ask Wilson about that. But anyway, when you cast this spell, tap up to 4 target permanents. Oh wow, this is cool. Maluko the Clouded Mirror, 4 and 1 blue. Legendary creature, Moonfolk Wizard. Moonfolk Wizard, sorry. It is flying and it says pay 1. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Create a 1/1 blue illusion. Oh, so yeah, this helps with the whole idea getting lands back, playing lands and stuff. Okay. Oh, and you can play with Azami. Yeah. Okay, Nezahal, Primal Tide. This is a good card as always. Nezahal is a 7/7 legendary creature, Elder Dinosaur. So it doesn't really help with the whole teaming, but anyway, this spell can be countered. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you draw a card. Discard 3 cards, exile Nezahal, Primal Tide, return it to the battlefield, tap under its owner's control at the beginning of the end step. So even if you do a quote-unquote wipe, you can exile it and come in and returns back later. So even if it's not in the teaming, Nezahal is still a great card. Scourge the Fleet, 5/2 Kraken. When Scourge the Fleet enters the battlefield, return each creature your opponent control with toughness X or less to its owner's hand, where X is the number of islands you control. Okay, so this is another more quote-unquote wipe. And it's Kraken, so it's a team. Shipbreaker Kraken. It has it's actually a 6 CMC for 6/6, but it has 6 and 2 blue, monstrosity 4. When Shipbreaker Kraken becomes monstrous, tap up to 4 target creatures. Those creatures doesn't untap during their controls untap step for as long as you control. Yes, that's one way to control it. Yay! It fits in the pile. This would be a fact or fiction. Okay. Stormtide Leviathan. I love this card. This card is great because here's the thing. It has Island Walk. So what Island Walk is this creature can be blocked as long as defending player controls an island. But you're saying if the person doesn't have an island, does it mean it can block? Yes, and they solve that problem by doing this. All lands are island in addition to their other types. Oh no, opponent can't block. But what about the crackback? Wouldn't that be great, or wouldn't that be dangerous? And it says here, creatures without flying or island walk can attack. So that means you're safe. Haha. And it's a Leviathan. Okay, got this. Tromocrylis, legendary creature Kraken. Tromocrylis has aggro unless it's attacking or blocking. That sucks. This creature can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls block it. Ah, that's fun. Oh my god, I moved the camera, sorry about that. So what this wants to do is swing in. Do you want to get hit by a big kraken with an 8/8? Oh no, you don't? Okay, block it, or all of your creatures blocks. So your other things can go through. Even if this dies, doesn't really matter. It does the job. Yay! This is one of those cards that is really great. This is a 2 and 2 blue sorcery. Well, it says Whelming Wave is a sorcery. And it says return all creatures to their owner's hand except for krakens, leviathan, octopus, and serpents. So yay, that's awesome. This helps with the things that we are doing here. So you know, I'm going to put it here because it does help the team. Avengers of Zedica is always good, but not what we really want. Molimo Moro Sorceress is a 4 and 3 green. Legendary creature elemental that has trample. Molimo, this card, power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. I can see why they put it in here. Rampaging Bellylord. Yay, Ramona Excavator. This is a really expensive card that's up there in price because it is a budget creature version of Crucible of Worlds. Yay, so this is great, this is great. This is good too. I'm just going through because if I were to just comment on every little thing I see, we are going to be here for a really long time. Okay, Simic Sky Shilower is a 5 and 2 green creature Leviathan. According to the team, it has flying and trample. It has shroud. Not the greatest, but it's a flying Leviathan that has trample and really can't do anything to it except for board wipes. So it's not bad, but it's not great. Splitting Image is a 4 and hybrid Simic. 2 hybrid Simic, by the way. It says, oh, it's a sorcery, by the way. Copy target, sorry, create a token that's a copy of target creature. Retrace. You may cast this card from your grave by discarding a land card in addition to playing it. Oh, okay, so oh, I see. This is fun. This combos with Ramona Excavator and by this. So yeah, this is great. Won't say it's part of the combo we have here. So get more draw. This one's okay. Okay, we are going to the part where let's see if we are getting stuff here. Okay, no Hurricane Signet. Wow. So honestly, I'm not seeing anything that's wow. Oh yeah, this makes sense because of what he wants to do. I didn't notice if the what arms deck has it. Alright, no problem. But basically in here it's just going to be the normals. And yeah, basic lands. Yep, the annoying part where it doesn't give me the same art. Brr. So yeah, overall this set is not bad. It's pretty risky because it has a lot of huge CMCs that it wants to bring out, and it really based on what the deck really wants to do. Copy, that's good. Plants. All right, okay. So my evaluation for this deck is not beginner friendly. It is not a beginner friendly deck. In all honesty, most blue decks are not beginner friendly. So the only problem with this deck is that it has a lot of huge CMC creatures, including the Commnder himself. It's not a great start for beginners to play with. But if you are the type of player that likes to go big, have a lot of big creatures on board, like go tall and wide, as they say, this is the deck for you. But in all honesty, building this deck, like modifying this deck to make it work, is going to be a challenge. It's a lot of work that needs to be done, especially if you're playing in blue and green. One of the few weakness in blue is that it doesn't have a quote-unquote win condition. Most of the time when you're playing a mono blue deck, you are forced into the combo aspects of the deck. Yes, you can go for other ways to win in blue, which is usually swinging face with big creatures like what we have here, but you don't have the mana to ramp up to it. But if you're playing in green, that helps you cover its weakness. And green here does most of the things that it wants, like it does with ramp, it does with artifact and enchantment removal, and it helps you with ramping is most important in this one. So yeah, I can see this working, but it's one of those decks is tough to pilot because that you really need to know what you're doing. Ramping in the deck here with mana rocks is not an option. It really wants you to go for land space. It's a land matters deck, but doesn't have landfall or really abuse the land cards that make it work. So if I were to rebuild this deck, or if I were to add in cards, I'll add in more cards that really help with landfalls, really help with getting stuff to a point where you are comfortable playing with the big cards. Mostly protection. It doesn't have really protection from spot removals and whatnot. So you find a way to make your creatures hexproof. That's one thing. Find a way to stop opponents from doing massive board wipes. Giving them indestructible would be great. A card for that would be Ajani's intervention. That's always great. If you're playing in white, you have a lot of white cards that do the same effect. But overall, I say this is not bad, but it's not great. It has a lot of work that needs to be done to make it work. So overall, my opinion on this deck is that it is an interesting deck that needs a lot of work to make it work. So yeah, would I say that this is a worth buy? If you are a beginner, I say go buy the, what do you call yourself? Arms for Battle? Yes. If you're a beginner, go buy the Arms for Battle Precon deck, because in my opinion, I feel that deck is much more beginner friendly. It's straightforward to the point in what it wants to do. It says, I want to swing face with my one creature and I equip it with stuff. This one here is a bit, I won't say complicated, but it's a bit incoherent with what it wants to do. It says that, okay, you are a big giant fish creature thingy, sea creatures, let's call them sea creatures. It's a sea creature deck that wants to go wide with plant tokens and whatnot, and also with beasts. So it's not focused in that part, but it does the land part, which is kind of what it wants to do. And you have 2 removals for fishes or sea creatures, and we don't really have that much more folk, I noticed, right? So yeah, it's one of those things where it's there to do the stuff. In all honesty, the way I would do it is I would focus more on landfalls instead of serpents. Serpent is a nice bonus. I just say that I'll focus more on the landfall aspect of the deck and try to put in expels that are available. Also, what I would put in is cards like Crewfix, Dictate of Crewfix, where it doubles the mana that you produce, like a 1 land taps for 2 mana. The reason why is it helps with the mana generation or the ramping part, because if you can tap 2 mana for, if you can tap 1 land for 2 mana, that means you have to tap 3 lands to pull this big boy out. So yeah, that's how the way I would go. But anyway, if you have any other different suggestions for how you would play this deck, do comment below. I would like to read them, and I would like to see what you come up with if you do buy this deck. So anyway, I have been Norman Sanzo. Thank you for joining me on this quote-unquote unboxing slash quick look. I hope you guys have fun with the Commnder Legends set boosters or whatever it is that you're doing with Commnder Legends, and always be safe because we are living in peril times right now. So yeah, be safe, have fun, and well, have a great day. Bye.